Who's right? Who's wrong? You decide. Hash it out with Frank Garay and Brian Stevens. Brought to you by Redmond Wholesale.
Hi, I'm Carl Markman with Redmond Wholesale. We're incredibly proud of our history of educating and partnering with the broker and banker community to prepare you for what's next. We've always been committed to same-day turn times on initial underwrites, which allows us to earn your business each and every day. We're happy to sponsor the following program.
Hello, my name is Brian Stevens. This here is my partner in crime, Frank Garay, and thank you for joining us on another edition of Hash It Out. Today we're going to be talking about something that affects every single loan officer in the country right now, and it's a viable way of getting purchase market leads. We know that a big portion of that is going to be with our real estate agent partners.
Right.
One of the issues that loan officers struggle with is finding real estate agents who they're going to commit their time to, devote their time to, that are going to generate leads back to them where they can close more business. We've got some statistics from the National Association of Realtors site, Realtor.org, that you might find a little striking, and we want to share them with you. Get this, guys. Of real estate agents right now, would it surprise you to hear that 60% of men and 75% of women earn under $50,000 a year? And when you look at agents who are making $100,000 a year or more, you're in between 11 and 9%, which means the vast majority of agents that you're working with are barely working with a living wage. Get this, 29.6% of women and 24.7% of men earn under $10,000 a year. Guys, that's one transaction.
Right.
19.7% of women and 15.5% of men make under $25,000 a year.
Wow.
So that's 50% right there.
Yeah.
So if you're a loan officer and you're going to go out and you're going to hit up a real estate agent for business, understand it's a coin flip, 50-50 chance that they're making under $25,000 a year, which means at best they're doing a handful of transactions.
Right.
What does a loan officer have to extrapolate from this information to build a plan in order to go out there and either find real estate agents that are successful or make them more successful? What's your advice?
Well, I think that you're going to have to fall into the boat of trying to help make them more successful for the most part. And the reason why is you're talking about a very small percentage of real estate agents that are knocking it out of the park, and that's going to be in any market. So therefore, as a loan originator, you're going to, not have as easy of a time developing a relationship with a heavy hitter real estate agent who's probably already got relationships going on right now. There's going to be a lot more agents out there that aren't doing that well, right? So you're really going to kind of naturally have to default into that pile of real estate agents that, are in the lower income earning levels, and you're going to have to try to find ways to work together with them to help bring it up, because a lot of this is in my opinion, is just a failure to really exercise rudimentary sales skills, probably on the real estate agent's part, in converting leads. Because they get a lot of leads. They get leads to the offices all the time. They're probably just not that good at converting them. That's where the issue, I think, probably lies.
Well, if you're a real estate agent, you're doing 2 or 3 transactions per year in most major metro markets, you're going to be making $120,000, $130,000 a year.
Right.
Maybe $150,000 a year, but understand this, agents who make more than $150,000, those are ones who can consistently feed you buyers. They've got listing in buyers.
Right.
2.5% of female realtors, 2.5% make more than $150,000 a year. 3.9% of men make over $150,000 a year.
Wow.
Meaning you have to go talk with 100 agents before you can find 1 or 2 females and or 2 to 3 men.
Right.
And then, of course, after you get through all of them, you have to convert them and have them work with you.
Right.
And you're right, most real estate agents out there who are earning that type of income are the big dogs in their offices, and they've already got their teams in place.
Right.
So it's very difficult to convert. You'd be better off cold calling leads on your own out of the white pages than trying to find those real estate agents.
Could be.
So I think clearly you have to make those around you more successful.
Right.
One of the things that we talk about is, and we see this all the time, I'm just going to say this. We have a whole bunch of corporate accounts that we work with, and I went through and I called all my corporate accounts here last week, and I called like 20 accounts. I got through to one person.
Right.
And it was one corporate account that actually was succeeding.
Right.
It wasn't one of the ones that needed help.
Gotcha.
So loan officers aren't picking their phones up. They're not making those if they're not returning my call, they're not making the proactive calls.
Right.
I think one of the things that we have to really train our agents up with is teach them that they need to be more engaged with their work. They have to pick up their phone. But more importantly, once they get somebody on the line, they have to understand that conversation requires professional repetition and practice and scripting in order to succeed.
Right, exactly. You have to be able to quickly engage with whoever you're talking to, right? Get them interested to stay on the phone with you, figure out what they're looking for, figure out what their hot buttons are, and be able to solve those problems. And that's just a skill set that the only way that you get it is, first, you have to get some scripts that are proven to work. You gotta practice those scripts on your own as much as you possibly can. And then you actually have to apply it to real life situations where you're working that script, right, on actual real leads. This is what the real estate agents need to do. So I think for the loan officer, however the loan officer can help an agent do that, right, is what they should be really focusing on. Because let's face it, according to the numbers here on the chart, most of the agents they're going to be dealing with aren't doing that much. But they probably could if they were working it properly or really exercising self-discipline to learn some skills and become good at converting.
Overwhelmingly, I mean, I hate listening to you talk. I love listening to me talk.
Right.
You know, which is the case of everybody. You hate hearing me. You love hearing yourself. People like to talk. You know, be on the offensive. We just wait for people to quit jabbing their jaws until they have an opportunity to spill their guts on them.
Right.
And I think one of the things lost in the art of a conversation with sales is try to pull as much information out of that person before you give your sales pitch to them.
Yeah.
So rather than me try to sell you on whatever my product is, I'm going to
Right.
ask you as many questions as possible to learn as much about you.
Yeah.
That puts you in a position to speak, me in a position to listen, and maybe
Right.
breaks down some of those barriers.
Probably.
A good rule of thumb is before you give a sales pitch, ask 5 questions before you get into anything that you have to share with them.
Yeah.
Or designate a couple of things of interest, points of interest. Do they have family? What are their kids' names? Does their wife have a job? What do they like to do with their free time? What type of food do they like to eat? What do they do for vacation? What are their hobbies? Try to get people talking about things that they're interested in. And if you can start a conversation with that simple foundation, you might be able to convert a couple of these folks into clients by breaking down barriers.
I mean, it's worth meeting with agents and having this type of a discussion
Yes,
over a
very
coffee,
much, yes.
over lunch,
Yes.
whatever the case may be.
Yes.
It's certainly going to endear you to them a lot more, and they're going to realize that, hey, you're in it together, and you'll work together with those agents, and I guarantee it'll produce more business. It absolutely has to. So.
And it may seem aw shucks or off the cuff, but I'm telling you, this stuff works.
It does. Well, anyway, put your thoughts down below, what you guys think about it. The numbers don't lie. That's what's out there right now, and so the question is how to work with that to our advantage, right? So,
You know, somebody's going to be, that's stupid. I'm just going to spill my guts. No, ask people what they're interested in. Trust me, it'll help you out.
Right. Anyway,
All right,
what's your
guys.
thoughts? Let us know down below. Don't forget, we can certainly help you generate a lot of leads to practice on with our Listing Booster product, and there's a link down below where you can click. We can help you with that. Beyond that, you guys have a fabulous week, and we'll catch you here next time.
And if you get
at
through
Hash It Out.
And if you get through the Listing Booster, I will ask you 5 questions. You.
Yeah, or your salespeople will.
Right.
Catch you guys later. See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.
What's the ultimate measure of a wholesale lender? Commitment. Remen Wholesale is committed to our broker partners. It's why we provide a huge educational platform offering everything from webinars to seminars to individualized training tools in the program you just watched. We understand that our role is to make you look great in front of your customers and referral sources so you can earn more business and increase your income. Find out more at RemenWholesale.com.
This is Mortgage News Network.